Good day. Let us talk about cables. Here is another cable. This is a PET to IEEE cable. This is the cable you need to hook to the PET to make a disk drive or a printer work if you only are connecting one. It has an edge connector. It does. That is the difference between the IEEE to IEEE cable. This thing. And this one is made by Commodore. This one's in kind of rough shape. It's seen a lot of life. And it says top on it, thanks to a piece of Dymo tape. But also, there is, if you look carefully, I'm not sure if you can see, the Commodore logo. It says Commodore. And that is always the upside of these cables. Always, 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 always. Typically also, in the side, they did come with little plastic things that were in just the right spot to only let you put it in the right way. This, of course, does not have those. So that is, I think, why it's been marked top. It also has the Commodore logo. On the other end is the same kind of connector that we saw on the IEEE to IEEE cable. This one is made by Commodore. It also has a Commodore, this one, sorry, this end it says Commodore, here we have the Commodore logo. Now the Commodore logo is actually on both sides. This cable, as you can see, it's kind of, I think they call it a D connector, wider at one end, smaller at the other. It only goes on one way. And it does have screws. And it is a good idea if you're doing something and leaving something hooked up that you actually take and screw the screws in. They actually, you can do it with your fingers. They're quite easy, but it's good to have them secure, because if the cable is in there and then it somehow gets tweaked ever so slightly, it can just mess things up. Not horribly, not break anything, but certainly send you into a mysterious, oh my golly, something's not wrong, something's wrong with my disk drive, or something's wrong with my printer. So, this is probably the rarer of the PET to IEEE, or this is rarer, the PET to IEEE cable than the IEEE to IEEE cable. I think there are still other devices that use these kinds of cables today for other things, besides the PET. the IEEE to IEEE. This is unique. So if you're going to get a PET and you're going to get a disk drive, you're going to need one of these. And if it has the Commodore logo, that's the side that goes up and on. Another thing about, there's something on the PET called the user port. It's the same size as this, but that's also why they had these inserts, because they would match up, but there are no inserts on this. So do make sure when you look at your machine, let me just gaze fondly at a PET here. Well, they may or may not be marked. Certainly on the one I'm looking at across the way, which is a SuperPET, it's the back of the SuperPET, the user port, this was probably one that was in the school, the user port has a blank thing screwed over it so that you can't possibly do the wrong thing, unless you unscrew the thing. The user port was where you could tinker and experiment and that's really another story. But anyway, if you're getting a PET, if you're thinking of getting a PET, if you want to tinker on a PET, and you just don't want to use a tape drive, you will need one of these. So search online, search on eBay. I have heard, I don't know where it was, I might have seen it at the World of Commodore show in Toronto at some point. There was an adapter that would do this and turn it into this very shortly, like in just a little card thing, so that you didn't actually need this cable, you just needed an IEEE to IEEE cable that would then plug in very close to the back of the machine, because these are still, I think, pretty expensive. I think. Anyway, So here we have it. This, as I mentioned before, this cable is not nearly as long. I think it might be perhaps 3 feet. Perhaps. And the other one was, I think, 8. And for hooking to the back of a machine, such as the PET, and going to the disk drive, it was quite fine. Anyway, there we have it. A PET to IEEE cable. I'm going to hang this with my IEEE to IEEE cable, so I know where they are, because as I'm setting up workstations and being able to tinker, I need to know where these things are. So, thank you for coming. Any questions? Write to me. I'll answer. Bye for now.